Catch a vibe with Big Hass. Only on Pulse. Pulse 95. Pulse.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace, love, and welcome to another episode of Catch a Vibe with me, Big Hass. It's actually our 44th episode. Yesterday's episode we had Opoko Sana, who's incredible, from Ghana. And it was amazing, really, to hear his story and to get to, know him more. Obviously, Catch a Vibe airs every Saturday and Sunday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on Pulse 95 Radio. If you've missed any episode, all the episodes are available on YouTube and also streaming platforms. I want to shout out all the singers, all the songwriters, all the artists, all the musicians, all the music enthusiasts. I'm focusing for the past week or so, the last 3 or 4 episodes on the musicians that make up the community right here. These musicians have stories, and obviously they're incredible human beings that so many of us don't, I'm not going to say don't focus on, but they're usually always somehow in the background, and you focus on the rapper, you focus on the singer, and, I wanted to highlight the musicians. And there's so many great musicians in the UAE, it's just crazy. One of these amazing musicians that every time I see with his, big heart and big smile and just incredible talent, he's from Nigeria, based here. Let's put our hands together for KEM. We're going to say peace and love, man. How are you?
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me here.
It's such an honor to have you, my brother KEM. You're from Nigeria.
I'm from Nigeria, yeah.
Shout out to Nigeria. We're gonna backtrack a little bit right now with you. How long you been here, and how did you get introduced to music? Obviously, you're a keyboardist. You play piano. You play all sort of instrument as well. You're a music arranger, a composer. So, how did you get into all of that, and how long you been in the UAE?
Yeah, first of all, I've been here for over a decade,
Nice.
I've been here for about 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and the first time I came here was a friend of mine called me, because I used to live in South Africa.
Okay.
And so I pretty much I started music in Nigeria, back in Nigeria, and then I moved to South Africa to study animation and visual effects.
Animation?
Yeah. So that was my education, yeah. So I used to do that as well.
Okay.
And I'm playing along because I pretty much was in love with my piano, so I couldn't stop playing piano as well. So
1 second, that's really great. In Nigeria, how did you get introduced to music?
So I started from church.
Okay.
From church.
Right. Gospel.
Gospel.
Okay.
I had to go to church with my mom always.
Bless. Bless.
Yeah, so
but tell me, what about that really got you? Because I know, obviously, in church and in the gospel music is really impacted a lot of people. Yeah. What was it about that type of music that impacted you?
The music hits different. Like, you feel something else,
Facts.
And also, just like my son, who's a drummer now.
Shout out to him. We're definitely going to talk about your son.
Yeah. So I was like around 6 years old, and I also was in love with the drums. I started playing drums first.
Wow.
And so I indicated interest to play, and the elders were like, no, you can't play, you're too young. But I never stopped. I carried on practicing until they were forced to let me start playing at about 7.
Wow.
Playing in the church, and so until I switched to piano.
Okay. What was there something about the piano that you switched? Like, you said you started with the drums and all. What made you shift to piano?
I think the harmonies.
Harmonies.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to hear him play the piano. You can see it right here if you're watching on YouTube. You can definitely see the pianos there, the keyboard. Okay. So that was around 7 or 8 years old. You were in Nigeria.
Yeah.
What took you to South Africa?
To study animation and visual effects, TV.
Okay.
So when I got there, and the talent still came out, musical talent still, I found myself playing with a lot of artists as well. There, I'm producing a lot, and yeah.
It's interesting. Visual effect and animation. That's crazy. Okay, so to go back to your love and passion for music, you said definitely gospel and church played a role. Was there anything else that some sort of like anyone that you followed, you appreciated when you started getting into piano more and started following on the footsteps of like a musician that you liked, you watched on maybe YouTube or something like that impacted you?
I had a good teacher at home, yeah, and this guy, his name is
What's his name?
Opupo Bread.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was like the best in town. And I watched them play one day on TV. I was like, I gotta get to this guy. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I gotta get to him. I gotta go find him.
And you got to him.
Yeah.
That's
And then I went to a show, right? Back at home, they had a gospel show.
Okay.
And he wasn't on stage, but he was sitting on the same row as me.
No way.
And I looked at him. I was like, that's him. And I went to him and I said, can I come to your house? He said, sure. And he gave me his address.
This is insane. Seriously? True story?
Yeah.
And that's incredible. Is he still around? Are you in touch?
Yeah. I still talk to him. I'm still pretty much around.
Big shout out to him. Wow. I got to tell him that, he did well. Kem is one of those guys that I've seen him play with people like Dina Stars, Arqam Al-Abri. I've seen him play with Anthony Touma. I've seen him with Roxanne. I've seen him play with, who else you played? Jindi.
Yeah.
Who else you played right here with that I haven't mentioned?
Quite a lot. Irini,
yeah.
Irini, quite a lot. Kelly now. Kelly is with me on Saturdays, yeah.
It's insane, and we're definitely going to talk about that, but we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back. We want to hear, obviously, Kem on the keyboard. But Kem, I want to put you on the spot. It's a pressure question. Obviously, we're on the radio, and right now we have a break. And in the break, we have to play a song. So I want to pressure you by asking, Kem, I want you to give me a song we play, as long as it's clean, yeah? Radio friendly, nothing crazy. And we'll play it. Any song. It could be someone from local right here. It could be like a Michael Jackson record. It could be any record. It could be a record from Nigeria. Whatever record, what would it be?
Okay, I'll play Ray Charles.
Ray Charles? Which one? Any record?
Georgia on My Mind.
Oh, see? You appreciate somebody, then you meet them, then you like them, then you respect them. This is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're definitely going to be right back, leaving with the incredible, legendary Ray Charles. We're going to be right back. We are on episode number 44 right here on Catch a Vibe, Pulse 95 Radio. Do not go anywhere.
Catch a Vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95. Pulse.
It's Pulse 95 Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, episode number 44. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can already see Mr. Kem right here on the keys. Incredible. Love it. This is Kem, of course. He's from Nigeria, and he is, an incredible musician, really, based here in the UAE. Somebody who's very, very talented, very passionate about music. Kem, before we hear you play, obviously on the keyboard, I wanted to ask you. So, your story and your journey. You're in Nigeria. You moved to South Africa to pursue. Animation and all that, and you moved here 13 years ago. How was the relocation from South Africa to the UAE?
Yeah, it was pretty easy and nice, and because it's a safe country, so I didn't have to worry about my safety. I didn't have to struggle that much, because I came from had a contract, so I came with a band.
Okay.
First of all, and so we had everything provided for. Yeah. So
you first initially came here as part of just a contract, and then maybe fell in love with it and decided to stay.
And then I went to England.
Wow.
And then I came back.
That's insane. You've been around. Like, okay. Okay. So you got the keyboard right there. What are you gonna play for us? And I think the question is, I want you to tell me, how was before you play? Sorry, how was you learning on that? Obviously on the piano and the keyboard. How was the process? Take me through the process. Your process.
Yeah, the process it's fun but not easy.
Okay.
Because piano, has 12 keys.
Yeah.
And you got to learn everything on every key to be able to play.
That's interesting.
So it's quite demanding. You got to be passionate to practice. I used to practice 8 hours a day.
Wow, 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's insane. You got into composing, which we're going to talk about later. But right. What can we hear right now? What can you hear? What can we hear? Are you going to freestyle? What are you going to do for us?
Just play Georgia on My Mind.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite growing up as
Oh,
a kid.
man.
I used to love Ray Charles.
Okay, okay. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have obviously the amazing Kem, who is an amazing musician based here in the UAE. And he's going to play for that. Wow. Love this record. Georgia on my mind. Kem, take it away. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, amazing, man. Wow. And yeah, I mean, there's something definitely. I'm gonna ask Kem if we can relocate to the other chair, Kem, just to have a conversation with you. Obviously, this was so beautiful. This was definitely interesting in terms of. I don't know about you guys, but I think when it comes to piano, the keyboard and all that, they definitely it's a certain. Kem, how would you describe it in terms of the where do you go when you're performing like that? Like, what is your mindset like when you're playing? I know you're having fun, but what else?
I'm just lost in it. When I look at people, I don't really look at them. Yeah. When I'm playing on stage,
Yeah.
I'm looking at artists, but I don't really see them because my mind is somewhere else.
It looked like it.
Yeah.
Is that something with your experience? Is that something that you grow up like I feel like I said, I've seen you play with so many musicians and artists, and you got it. Like you're the arranger. They look to you, or you're comfortable. You're like the backbone. Right. Sometimes you play with a lot of like solo, right? As a singer, all these small events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they look to you, and you start. And it's like you're the backbone of it.
That's right.
How important is patience in all that?
Yeah, you gotta be patient, really.
Right.
Because you're trying to communicate with the band. They gotta look at you. Even someone makes a mistake, you gotta be patient with them. Otherwise, if you give them a funny look, they might just lose it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Before we take a break, I wanted to ask you something interesting about a band. So, I've seen you play with so many, but do you have your own band that is yours? You put it together, or not yet?
Well, no, yeah. In the UAE, we've just been freelancing.
Okay.
I got quite a lot of people that I'm always playing with.
Yeah. I mean, the UAE is such a filled place with musicians,
That's right.
It's crazy. Okay, we're gonna take a short break. It's the same question I asked you before. We played Ray Charles earlier. What can you play right now? What do you want us to play? Any record. Any record that maybe that you've composed as well, helped anybody put together.
Maybe let me get on the piano, then I'll think of something else.
No, but we have to play a record now. Whatever record. Think about who's your favorite artist.
Okay, I'll play a song for my wife. Yeah.
A song for your wife.
Yeah.
Which record?
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, Stevie Wonder. Oh man, you can't go wrong with Stevie Wonder. What, isn't she lovely?
Yeah, maybe.
Isn't she lovely? I love Stevie Wonder. Great. We're going to play this record. It's dedicated to Kem's wife. Hopefully you're listening, sister. And, this is really beautiful. We're going to be talking up next, about music composition, in terms of him composing. And we're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about, challenges. That's all coming up. But right now, it's Stevie Wonder right here on Pulse 95 Radio.
Catch a vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95.
Right here, ladies and gentlemen, on Pulse 95 Radio, Catch a Vibe, our 44th episode. Hopefully you're having a blessed Sunday. And part of this 44 episodes so far, that means I've had, musicians, singers, songwriters, just come into the studio and just have a conversation with them. What Catch a Vibe is all about is humanizing the artist. We don't just get them in, they play for 2 or 3 minutes, we talk about their favorite color and they just leave. No, on the contrary, we get to know them. So far, we're getting to know Kem, who is from Nigeria, based here, he's been here for 13 years. We got to know that he started music from, gospel and church. And then obviously he moved from Nigeria to South Africa to follow his dream about, animation and graphics and all that. And then he moved right here for a gig. And then he even went to England. And then obviously right now in the UAE, when you mention his name, seriously, a lot of the singers that I know love to play with him, and he's always around, which is just incredible. So it's nice to know that, and he has an amazing family. We're definitely going to talk about his son, who's making incredible, moves. So, Kem, I guess through so far, what would you say has been a big challenge for you, and how would you pass this challenge? What has been challenging so far in your journey?
My journey. Yeah, having to meet new people.
Okay.
And learning.
Okay.
About them.
Okay.
And how to work with them.
Wow. So yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
When was it, Kem, that you decided to get into composing as well, like the producing and arranging? Was it throughout you getting into the keyboard? Was it in the same time?
Yeah, at the same time. You're learning. You're trying to play a song, and sometimes melody comes into your head.
Yeah.
Different melody, and you want to record that melody, and you want to try different harmonies, to make it sound great. You try different things as you're learning, right? You're studying other people's work. You also want to get something out for yourself. Yeah, so it's been
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Family. I know you're very, obviously you're a family man.
That's right.
But we if someone sees you on Instagram, you have an amazing. How many kids you have?
I got 2.
You got 2.
Yeah.
What are the names?
Zayn and Michael.
Zayn and Michael.
Yeah.
I know that Zayn is some sort of a big superstar right now.
Yeah.
Tell me about how did you get into? Because I've seen him drumming and dancing. How old is Zayn again?
Right now he's 7 years old.
He's 7 years old.
Yeah.
How did he get into all of this?
So he came into the country at 2 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was 2, and then I took him to my gig.
Okay.
At the PAM.
Okay.
Right. I think I was playing with Rihanna.
Okay.
Another singer, and Jet was my friend, a drummer. So he just kept looking at Jet playing drums the whole time. And afterwards he told me, Daddy, I love the drums.
He loved the drums.
So I told him, man, get away, man.
Did
You
he
should be looking at me. You should be loving the piano. But he had a different passion, was drumming. Just like I did at first when I started playing.
Wow.
So I see he's an advanced version of myself.
Yeah. Bless.
So, yeah.
When he told you that, what was your first reaction? Did you get him a drum set? What did you say?
No, I actually didn't pay attention to that. I was like, oh, Zayn, get away, man. Later on, I'll teach you the piano. And then I remember getting in the car with my boss, Neil, Sarah, and so Neil played a song on radio, and Zayn was drumming to the beat of that song. He was just 2. And he tapping to the beat of the song. And Neil looked at him and said, how do you know how to do this? I said, I don't know. I just love drums. And it touched us both so much. So I took it from that moment.
Okay.
Really. But, I didn't get him the drums. It was Neil who got him a drum set.
That's
Surprised
insane.
him.
Wow.
And not just a toy drum, like a proper DXT
Wow.
drum, Yamaha.
Wow.
So
No respect.
okay.
No respect. I mean, yeah, God bless. This is interesting. Obviously, you fell in love, obviously, with music at 6 or 7 as well, something similar. And then your own son, right now, obviously, falling in love with the music. How do you, when I asked you what did you feel, I meant with all the challenges that a musician can face anywhere in the world, obviously to make income, to make money from being music only.
All right.
Did that cross your mind? Is it only going to be a hobby, or he's pursuing it really as also a job?
So, first of all, for me, it was never about making money.
Okay.
For me, I just was passionate about it. Just
Passionate
wanted to
about
know how to play real well and be happy with myself and make people feel good.
It made you feel better.
Yeah. And so it wasn't about money. The money just started coming, people calling, and I was like, oh, I'm going to pay you this. Oh, really? You can pay this? Okay, thank you very much.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane because your heart is in the right place. I can tell. So that's amazing. But tell me about Z. Like, just how is he like? Like, what are the plans you have for him?
For Zayn, man, he's been doing a couple of shows. Like, he was on an ad. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this. He did an ad for Alda.
Wow.
We on that ad, you can check it out on Instagram.
Amazing.
He got Russell Peterson on it.
That's
and
mad.
So he's been doing some interesting things and like.
So he's into dancing and drumming now.
Yeah.
Okay. These are the two he's really into.
Yeah.
Okay.
He plays piano now. I started teaching him piano.
Plays piano as well.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, wow. Truly incredible. Kem, how important is family in all of this? Like, how important is family to you?
It is. It's so important because it gives me the joy that I need to even do this.
The fuel.
Yeah. And every time I think about them, it makes me want to work harder and get better, and also be a good example to the. So it really.
Man, that's. I mean, you see, that's what I mean. But when you talk to musicians, that's really incredible. We're gonna take a short break. I know you have a special record you want to play, Kem. It's by an artist that you just told me about. What song do you want me to play right now?
Bad by Lexi. It's one of them. Really incredible artists living out, yeah.
Amazing. Where's Lexi from?
She's from England.
England, okay.
Yeah,
okay, Lexi, thanks to Kem, we're playing your record, obviously Bad, right here on 95 FM. Again, this is incredible because of you, and this is really amazing. And that's why I like this segment, because we played so many musicians. They never thought, hey, what? My record's playing in the UAE? Yeah, it's on the radio. So this is Lexi, based here in the UAE, right? Yeah. With her record, Bad. We are with Kem, who is an amazing musician from Nigeria, but based here. Keep it locked. Do not go anywhere. It's Pulse 95.
Catch a vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95.
Pulse 95 Radio, episode number 44, right here on Catch a Vibe on this beautiful station, Sharjah's first and only English radio station. And it's an honor, really, having Kem with us. We are still in discussion with him, getting to know him, getting to know his love of obviously music, his family, and obviously, Kem, you said that one of the main challenges for you is just kind of dealing with artists and people. Can you give me an example of that, like just on a daily? What's the challenge there? Is it obviously there's like 4 or 5 people in a band and you want to connect with them? What's the main challenge you face in playing with a band? Egos, for example.
Because
That's about right.
Yeah. Some people. Have
I mean, yeah, we're humans, so I
work ethic. Sometimes
work ethic.
Some people are a little bit laid back.
And I think I think this is maybe the longest conversation we've had, unfortunately. But I get to know you. You have a very peaceful, calm way about you. It feels like you know what you're doing, and it's just assertive. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
When you said about work ethic, does it bother you that some musicians just don't have that? Like they don't have the work ethic, they're just playing out of.
Yeah, you can see that most of the guys I play with, probably all of them, are great musicians, right? And sometimes some of them, they'll show up not learning the song. And you gotta sit down there and just go over the song with them. Like, dude, you should have done that at home.
How does that make you feel? Is there anger a little bit?
Well, it's, you get a little disappointed. Like, man, we didn't come here to waste our time. Like, we came here to play and go.
Facts.
But
I mean, the reason why I say this to you, I'm a big fan of basketball. Do you like basketball?
Yeah.
Great. So Kobe Bryant, Mambo mentality, rest in peace, always spoke about that. He spoke about, like, him and Shaq always arguing because Shaq would come in off season and he's like, 20, 30 kilos overweight and all that. So you're not working out. And he wanted to be around great people because it makes him great. And I think I'm feeling the same vibe, right? with you. You just want to be around great people.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, I get it. Quick question here. What are your thoughts about the UAE music community? You've been here for 13 plus years.
Yeah.
That means you've seen the UAE music community evolve. You've been around open mics.
That's right.
Tell me a little bit about your thoughts.
Yeah, it's really growing. It's growing. More and more talented people are coming into the country. Like, I just had a rehearsal today with another singer from Canada. He's incredible, man. Like, more and more people are coming in, and it's getting better and better. And yeah,
amazing.
Exciting,
in your opinion, as a musician, what makes the UAE like this hub for so many people to come in? Well, what is special about this place?
First of all, I think it's the safety. First of all,
okay.
It's a beautiful, lovely country. We all know that.
Yeah.
And excellent.
I mean, straight to the point. You see, like, so far, he's not like going around the bushes. He just really tells it straight.
Yeah.
When it comes to music composition, what's the ultimate dream for you right here? Because I've noticed that you don't have anything for your own in terms of on streaming platforms, and I really, really want to take this opportunity to encourage you to drop something, even if it's instrumental, under your name. You need to have a presence.
I'm working on that.
Great. Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me a little bit.
I'm working on the jazz album. Yeah.
A jazz album?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be getting some of the big names out there. Yeah, I know quite a lot of people. Yeah. So I'm gonna be getting down some friends from overseas as well to record it.
Oh.
Yeah. I had intentions to do it in New York, but I leave here now, so I'm gonna.
You're not playing. Can we know a little bit about this jazz album? Like, man, that's amazing.
It's gonna surprise everyone. Yeah,
okay. Couple more questions before we hear you play your final piece. It's a tricky question, but who do you like performing with right here?
I can't mention one name because I blow everybody.
That's right. Okay. I'm gonna give you a name because I really believe in this name, and I think he's incredible. One of the legends right here. His name is Abri. Have you played with Abri before?
I was supposed to do a gig with him, but that gig never happened. Yeah, but I play with his brother Alkham.
Alkham.
And I saw him today.
Oh wow! You saw Abri?
Yeah.
That's today. Incredible. That's amazing because I just spoke to him today as well. Wow. No, but I want you to. Arqam as well is an incredible musician. Somebody who's very, very talented.
That's right.
Let's talk about Arqam. In this case, he has this beautiful sound. It's very strong, very homey. How is it playing with someone like that?
Playing with Arqam is quite interesting because Arqam always pushes himself. He always wants more.
Facts.
He never gets satisfied, even when the music is good.
That's true.
And he goes like, guys, come on, it can be better. I was like, bro, man, it's great, man. It can be better. So every time we just have to constantly think about how to make it better.
I mean, I love that, and it makes it better. We talked a little bit about this, but do you have plans of making your own band, like putting it together? You're now freelancing in a way, like you're here, there.
Yeah.
Is there something that to create? This is KEM's band. Is that something in the horizon or no?
Not really.
Okay.
Unless I get invited to perform my own music when it's out, then I can get a band together for that purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask KEM to move to the piano,
That's right.
to the keyboard, and you guys I'm gonna entertain you for like 20 seconds as long as he moves. But seriously, I've had an amazing discussion with him so far in terms of like just getting to know him more and just understand his psyche and mentality more. Okay, Kem, what can you play for us right now? What can you play for us? What do you have in mind? He already started. This is Kem, ladies and gentlemen, on Pulse 95 Radio. See that? Hey. Tell him, Kim. Wow. He's just flexing right now. Oh man, yo, you took me somewhere as well. Seriously, Cam, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through right here. I really appreciate it. Any last words you'd like to say?
Oh man, God bless everyone. God bless the people of the UAE, and for having me. And I mean, the country's been really kind and good to me.
No, we got
family.
We got
this
you.
Is home for me, and
we got you. I think it's really interesting, obviously, and amazing what you're doing. God bless. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the kids. I wish them definitely all the best. I want you to give me a record from Nigeria that we can play.
Oh man, record from Nigeria.
You see, what do you think?
Yeah. Man, yeah, Afrobeat or whatever.
Are you a fan of Burna Boy or no?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Cool. I love Burna Boy. Yeah, that's cool. It's great.
Is it true that his mom was like a dancer or like
Fela Kuti?
For
I think I heard that too before.
Huh?
I think I heard. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what about Fela Kuti? Can we play a record for him? What record? Like, I want a record that kind of symbolizes, maybe, I don't know, Nigeria anyway, shape or form.
Nigeria.
That's the challenge.
There's a guy that I love so much as well, Timmy Dakolo.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
great, yeah. He's got this track called is it Home?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out and play that. Okay.
Got some beautiful tracks.
Where can people follow you, Kem?
On Instagram,
What is it?
KEM_ESSIEN.
That's it. Spell it for us real quick.
KEM_, then Essien is my surname, ESSIEN.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Kem. He's an amazing, seriously, musician and an incredible human being. Just got to know him right now. Keep it locked as always. We're going to see you guys next week with a new talents and just new personalities. Kem, thank you so much.
Pleasure, man.
Really appreciate you. Peace, love, and we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sit up.
Assalamu alaikum.